Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank
We
you.
are live. This
We
is
made it.
awesome.
We made it.
Sorry, we're like 2 minutes late, but we had some technical difficulties. So we had to troubleshoot and see what was going on with that. Well, welcome. Welcome to our Valentine's Day special edition.
Happy Valentine's,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
How is your day so far? I'm just curious. I want to know.
My day is fine. You know how it is for us, singles. But it's fine. It's fine.
Yes, I do. It is very interesting to say the least. But we're here
Yeah, we're
and
here.
we're alive. So let
Mhm.
us spread some cheers, spread some joy. Today I have with me the one and only, is my girl from day zero. Ify, Chantel, tell them about yourself.
Oh my God, it's a lot. Hey guys, thank you, Eva, for having me today. I'm so grateful. So hey guys, not a lot about me. I'm a content creator. I am Chantel Edge. That's my last name. I'm also a makeup artist. I wear a lot
Yes.
of. I do a lot of things. If you see my handle name, it says all shades. That all shades is for a reason because I do so much. I do so
Yep.
much right now. My focus right now is I'm trying to help a lot of new diasporans, new Nigerians in diaspora, like help them do better with their finances, manage their resources, and just have better experiences over here and live with less regrets. So
Yes.
show freedom and just escape the rat race that this system or this the countries or in the diaspora like have generally. Just escape that rat race and build better money relationships. Yeah, so that's really,
Mm.
yeah.
Relationship is very important. Like, I'll be 100% honest. I do not have the best money relationship, but I'm working on that. And that is why my friend here holds me accountable. She holds
Right.
me very accountable. So if there's somebody you need to listen to, it's definitely going to be her because she will hold you to task. Eh? Her content is amazing. It's so funny. Every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, what do we have today? Um, yeah, but I'm so glad that you could make it. Tell them where you're based.
Okay, so I'm in the US. I live in Tennessee. I'll just stop there. So I don't
Okay,
to make
not too much.
I live in the US in Tennessee.
Okay.
Very beautiful place. Beautiful
Yeah, I
place.
like Tennessee. I'm due for a visit.
You
All
are.
right. Yeah, I am. I am. So I just wanted to introduce today's topic. Today's topic, we are talking about Nigerian American first daughters and how they juggle it all. I'm sure the title attracted you to come into the room, but Nigerian American first daughters, this one is for you. First daughters in general, but particularly Nigerian Americans, because living in the diaspora is a whole different ball game entirely. Like, I don't know. I know we've talked about it before in the past, but my experience of it is so totally different from other people in the sense that what I mean by that is that there's certain similarities with it. People experience it in different ways, but there's a common thread. So that common thread is what we're talking about today. And I have some few talking heads. I just want to jump into the conversation and get into it. And let's figure out how and why. Why? I think the why is very important. Like, why are we juggling it all? Really? Who sent us?
Seriously, like who said that? I think the Nigerian factor, knowing like trying to do it all, plus the first daughter syndrome of being a second mother, like
Ah,
yeah, so
yeah.
like it's like two extremes
It's too
meeting.
extremes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It's definitely two extremes. First daughters, I like that you said that first daughters are like second moms. They're like, I call them assistant mommy.
I see.
Without even not even trying, no. And make mistake and be the first daughter that is a
Oh
first
Lord.
Oh Lord.
So, about it, the trauma.
Oh Lord. Like people do not understand. And sometimes us talking to ourselves, I feel like we're the only ones who can relate. Because
Yes.
if I try and explain it to somebody else, they'll be like,
So,
okay, so why are you doing that? It's
and
very, very hard for them to get it. They don't get it.
they
So
don't
I'm
get
like,
it.
okay, let's talk to ourselves. Even if it's an echo chamber, you know that echo chamber thing that
Yeah.
you see on Instagram where it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Mhm.
yeah.
You're so
We're not gonna do too much of that today, but we're gonna get into it. So
yes.
the first topic I want to address is I want us to talk about the unique pressures of
Mm,
being a first daughter in a Nigerian household
wow.
and how it affects everything else that you're doing in life, right? How it affects relationships that you may want to form. Because the title of this is Love, Money, and Family. Love, God's day there. At the end of the day, we're human beings, right?
Yes. We want
Just
love too. First of all,
we
want
want
love.
love. Look at my balloons all over me.
The soft life. Yeah.
We want love, we want soft life, soft living, you know.
Yeah.
So I want us to talk about the pressures that being a first daughter brings. I don't know if you have anything to contribute to that.
Oh, trust me, I do have some things to contribute to that. I mean, like I said earlier, like when you think about first daughters, you see second mom, or like you just said, assistant moms. It's like some like when I was born, or as I was growing up, I don't think anybody sat me down and said, "Oh, you're a first daughter, and this is now the role you have to play." I just think it's something that happens in your brain automatically as a first daughter, that you just want to be like the savior of the family. You want to
Mm.
be the one leading people. It's like an unspoken pressure. You know,
Mm.
think about it. No one sits you down and says, "Oh, you really have to do this." It's just like you just feel the burden, And I feel like it's because obviously you're the first person to come from your mom as the girl. I mean, we as women already have that nurturing part of ourselves. We want to, like not provide or protect, but we want to like be there to nurture whatever we have in our hands. So when we see our moms bringing in more children, we just want to be there to support. So in that way of trying to support our moms, we kind of overdo it, if I may say. We kind of now take over that pressure from the moms and put it upon ourselves, to where all we're thinking about now is, okay, how can I make sure that my sibling is the best of themselves? Meanwhile, forgetting that you yourself are probably still a child. You still have your own life to live, you still have your own mistakes to learn from. But all of a sudden we put so much pressure on ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, that sometimes we can't even associate with mistakes anymore.
Mm.
So that pressure
Yes.
is something
Ah.
that it affects first others a lot. I've
Mhm.
like you, for example, Alan, like you've met me, I've met you, like what we deal with, internally, like outside of the cameras and stuff. Just trying to get to the next level of perfection is always something you will see in the first daughter. Like nobody is trying, like we don't have time to deal with pain. We don't have time to deal with our struggles. We are on to the next. Like, how can we go next, 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 next? And how can we make sure that everybody around us is also doing the right thing? We are always there in the family, shouldering responsibilities, more than we can handle. But
Mm.
the connect doesn't happen to us in our brains. All we think about is, I'm a mom. I need to support. I need to care for. So I think that's one of the. There's so many others, but that's one of the unique pictures that I know I've dealt with, and I've seen a lot of people deal with too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, not only am I the first daughter, I'm the only daughter.
Me
So
too. That's double right. All right.
so that's already a double negative for me
That's
if you
double
if you want
negative.
to look at it like that. For me it's just so stressful.
Yeah.
I'm being 100%. Like you said, that struggle to be perfect. Like everything has to be a certain way at a certain time. And especially first daughters that have crossed over 30.
Oh
And
wow.
now it's like there's this big clock.
Clock.
Where the
That's
clock
not
came from me, I don't know. But there's just a big clock that is going gung,
gum.
gung every single every year, every day, months in, months out, just going gung, gung. And it just my family, thankfully, they don't pressure me about societal norms, right? They want me to be okay. They want me to make sure that I'm good and I'm taking care of for myself, right? But me now, by myself, I'm just like, I know I should be at a level. I know
Yes.
I should be at XYZ.
Mm,
And it doesn't make me comfortable knowing that I'm not there yet. It just makes me feel like I need to do more. So there's this rush that I have. Like it's only recently that I identified this rush and I had to slow down and I had to like really come to Jesus, you know.
I
I had to have a come to Jesus
fix
moment.
me. Fix me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel,
I'll
take the car,
just
take
fix
the car payment,
everything.
take everything.
Yeah.
I don't want it
Life,
anymore.
life you like, God, what is this? Yeah.
Yeah, life be life him.
Yeah.
Joshua says, Joshua Bright, I'm just gonna pull this up, says we be pulling some superwoman stunts. And yes, that is so true. Like we feel that that is something we need to take on ourselves. Everybody's problem is our problem. And I
Mm.
had to come to realize and say, at the end of the day, I only have myself. Everybody will be fine.
Everybody,
Literally.
last. Everybody's gonna be
Last,
all right.
last, everybody will be fine.
Yes.
But for me, I have to make sure I'm good.
Hmm.
Because I don't know, we've flown a lot. So in the aircraft, they always say, put on your mask first before you assist other people.
Yes.
You're not good, you can't even help
You
anybody.
can't help
But
anybody else.
besides even wanting to help others, help yourself first. Do you get what I mean? It just makes it a whole lot more digestible for you when you're talking about establishing yourself as a person. Let's even put love, money, and family to the side. As a human being, your
Yes.
very first nature, your very first calling is to survive.
Yes. Your
To
love for others will flow from the love you have in you.
for your exactly.
Yeah.
So if you can't even have that together, what exactly are you doing?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. So
Mm.
that was something like I really had to sit with myself. You know those moments when you sit and you realize for yourself that dang, ah, this is not how it should be. I
You're
have to do it different.
now. Go your
Mhm,
role.
mhm. I'm
Yeah.
not a sister mother. I did not give birth.
Not give
Mm?
birth.
I not born to give birth. So
Yeah, that's true.
so until I have my own children.
In our heads because it's been wired. You know,
Yes.
you said
Yes.
that your family doesn't pressure you. But the thing is that even if you pressure you, all your life you've seen something around you. So inadvertently, it's just meant to be wired in you to affect you in some kind of way. So now, even though those around you are not saying to you, "Oh, Biba, you need to get this or marry or have kids or do that," you on your own now are now putting that pressure from probably the things you've heard. Maybe your friends have told you that their own family does, and to you, you're like, okay, maybe this is a time clock or something that I need to follow. And so when your life is not following that supposed time clock, you start to get worried and you're like wondering like what's going on with me. But let's be honest, like who puts these time clocks? Like who's
Who,
making no who's
who
making
that's what I'm saying. Who is the person? Who is the person?
who like to make the person, like who is doing it? Because life is different for everybody.
Yeah.
We all came into this world at different days. So why should I live my life based on you? Just because of someone gets married first doesn't mean they're gonna have kids first, and it's just life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just life. So I feel like that's something that we need to deal with because I've seen cases where, like I'm Igbo, for example, and I've seen cases whereby in some cultures they will say, until the first daughter marries, the second daughter can get married.
Get married, yeah.
Crazy, so now you're stopping someone that is ready or move into that stage of their lives because someone
Right.
is ready. So yeah.
So now again, you're putting your life on hold for somebody else. So now
Exactly.
imagine how that first daughter feels. That
Exactly.
pressure.
The pressure.
What do we do? My sisters are here. I can't, like me, I don't have sisters. Like my friends are my sisters. I always
Yeah.
say. So my friends, my female friends, if I'm close to you, you are my sister, essentially. So imagine all of us now. There is competition. I'm first daughter. I have to hurry up and
No,
with everything that is going on outside.
say, babe, but if you're being honest, now that we talk about it, that is part of also the underlying causes of divorce. Many people were not ready to get into that stage of their lives, but the pressure pushed them to that. You know,
Yes,
so
so
so imagine a scenario of two sisters in a culture where maybe one sister can't get married until the other sister is married. So now she has a job now to find someone as soon so that she can let the second sister get married. So now she meets this guy, which she knows in
so,
her
so.
that's not the person for her.
Yeah.
The first daughter syndrome that also comes with people pleasing pushes her, pushes her to say, okay, I need to make sure that gets married. So I'm going to do this, sacrifice myself
Yeah,
for,
why do we always martyr ourselves? Why?
you know,
It's ridiculous. It's
a lot.
actually ridiculous when you think about
So then imagine she gets into that marriage and obviously it's not what she planned, it's not what she wanted. And next thing you hear
divorce.
years down is, oh, they divorced, something happened.
Mm.
in irreconcilable differences.
Irreconcilable differences. Or this one now, social
Irreconcilable.
this social media age. They cannot give it.
You know,
No.
you know.
This has been happening for years. It's just that now we're at the age or we're at a time where women don't have to stay in a marriage.
Mm,
Now they
yeah.
can walk away. But your mother's generation, your grandmother's
It's
generation,
the
the one
same.
that you want on the pedestal, she couldn't leave. Oh. She couldn't leave. She
You even
needed
want
to
to come back to this house. If you go, you
stay.
have
She couldn't leave. She didn't have choice. So we have choice. So don't do anything. I'm kidding.
I'm still, when I think about my life, I'm like, thank God I wasn't born in that time.
Oh, honestly, I wouldn't have. I don't
God
know how.
was like, yeah, thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, that is very true. So our next, I just wanted to touch on our next topic, which is to discuss financial responsibilities.
Ooh,
I
money.
know money. When that's what the channel is about.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
Ify can talk about. I know I call you Ify, but Chantel. Chantel can talk about this for donkey years.
I
I
love
want us to discuss how financial responsibilities,
that.
i.e., taking care of people back home, even taking care of people where you are here in the diaspora,
Yeah.
can in fact impact your finances. That's a question I want us to know, and how it can also affect you in your relationship. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, I was telling her that me, I'm not very versed in this topic because I don't take care of people back home. However, I do take care of people. I have taken care of people here in the US, and that's even more of a burden
What
because
do you think about it?
if you think about it, because if I'm sending money back home to Nigeria, by the time I change $1 or $2,
You
you
know,
know, it's gone a long way. But here is dollar to dollar.
dollar to dollar.
For aura. There's no switching it up. There's
No,
no exchange rate to save you.
exactly.
That has caused a huge, when I say huge financial burden on me to the point that right now I just don't feel like it's what do I do? I'm stuck, basically. Do you
Hmm.
get what I mean? So before you're even coming to me to even ask me, I'm just like, I beg, Nico.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't have anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm guarding it more jealously. And that how does that affect relationships? My
Hmm.
relationship, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it really does because I feel like if I was married, I would just say my husband said we cannot give you.
You're onto something there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
No? I'll just so I don't really think that it will affect it, but just a regular relationship. I'm learning strongly how to say no.
Hmm.
So that is something that kills people pleasing right there.
Yes.
It
And
nips it in the bud.
it feels so good when you say no than when you say yes and you didn't mean to say
I
yes.
didn't mean to say yes. It's inadvertently a no. But you
Yes.
just don't want to look like a bad person. Nowadays, I'm very, very okay looking like
No,
a
it's
bad.
okay. It's okay. We'll be all right. It's
We'll be all
okay. Yeah, we'll be
we
fine.
truly will be all right because we'll get through it and we'll
Yeah.
talk about it. You hate me for a few months, weeks, and then we'll get through it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's okay to say no. And that's what I have learned over the past few years. And I think I remember when I was 30, it came to me like, nobody's coming to save me. Oh.
I'm in that place right now where it's like reality check. Dun,
Yeah,
dun.
that
Almost
literally nobody's coming to save me.
no
You
one.
literally have to save yourself. And thank God, God has me. Obviously, he has my back. But I'm just saying, like, there's nobody that is coming to
To
do
say,
work
yeah.
for you. So if you know that it's yourself that you have to be cautious. I'm not saying do not show kindness or do not extend it. But for me, I just don't see the point in martyring myself, like sacrificing myself for the greater good. No, no.
That's not what we're called to do. I mean, it's good to be
To do.
pathetic towards people's, challenges, but at the long run, you have to make sure that your cup is full,
Mm,
everyone around you. You're
right.
empty and you're full, and it's just not right. So I feel like when it comes to like what you asked about, how does financial stuff, how does it affect relationships? I would say a lot. More than we tend to even want to admit. And I can give you a lot of scenarios. As women especially, when we are in the families and maybe say for example your family you're coming from is not really well to do. I've seen cases where, and I'll tell you a story real quick. There's a case of a first daughter. She had married someone that was rich but well, older than her. Like on a normal day that wouldn't be her first choice of someone to get married to. But she was from a poor background and she had like a lot of siblings that needed that support to go to school, to feed. So obviously the first daughter syndrome, she sacrificed herself, she got married to this person. And the idea of in her head was that obviously when I help you go to school, I expect that you forge a life for yourself. You start to, grow your own path, literally, get good jobs and stuff. But it at the end of the day, it turned around that the siblings didn't do that.
What did
Instead,
you
instead they kept on depending on her even after she had taken them through school. So
do?
instead of them to go out to get good jobs, get into good marriages that would foster better lives for them, they would do the exact opposite. So at the end of the day, the good plan she had turned into animosity towards her siblings because
Mm,
she's blaming her life or the path that she chose, the sacrifices she made on them. So now that bond that was there initially as siblings, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, that divide came in.
and
So
money
see that
would
all the
always break up. Yeah, money seems to be a common reason for why families have problems.
yes,
And I
yes,
don't know, there's no other way around it. Like with siblings and money, you have to be very careful with
yes.
that. Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, you need to know your siblings like deeply, number one. But number two, which is what I talk about a lot most recently, is you as your own self, you need to build a safety net for yourself. So it's good that you want to support your siblings, but build a safety net for yourself. Don't depend on them that, oh, tomorrow they're going to pay me back for all the things I had probably have done for them. That's not how life works.
That's
You
not
do,
how life.
yeah, you do the good you want to do. If it
Yeah,
comes back monetary terms, good for you. But if it doesn't, you shouldn't be worried about that because you already provided a safety net around yourself. So things
right.
like making an emergency savings for yourself, building the lands that you want to build. I've seen cases whereby women give, or anybody, give of themselves so much to the families, and they end up, you know, not having anything for themselves. Like in a few years down the line, they are broke, like fat broke. And guess what? Most times, these siblings or families go to marry people with different beliefs and different value systems. So they run their home in a different way.
Differently, exactly.
So just because of
So
the
you
help,
can't even ask, even though you were that person for that person. It's like, yeah, no. So
and
I
then
don't really want to
they'll
upset Odogu.
they'll put the kind of, oh, my wife or my husband said we can't do this now.
Hey, did I not just say that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So financially, like it causes a lot of things. When it comes to romantic relationships, for me, I would say that for first daughters, most times we tend to, like, just like the comment we had about trusted, we tend to not
For this
want
comment.
anybody. you know we have that superwoman cap on us at all times, that we are like, oh, I don't need help, I can do this on my own. Meanwhile, we need the help.
Yeah.
We help, like we do need the help. Every first daughter needs a man that is willing to, like, make her feel soft, because all her life had to be hard. She's had to shed off some emotions, like that will slow her down in life. So most definitely, like when it comes to romantic relationships, a first daughter needs that support. She needs that help. She needs the money. Give her money. Give her money. Give her money. Give her money. Even if she found Odogu, I don't need it, I'm fine. Still
It's me. Oh.
squeeze or jet $100 in her hand, or $1,000 to squeeze. Call it a day. Call it a day. Trust me, I've been that first daughter, talking from experience, unashamedly. I'm not ashamed to say it. I've been there where I'll be like, I don't need anybody to do anything. I'm okay. I can do it. Life was just watching me like this. Okay. No. I will tell you that I will pray. God will help you and increase you. No,
Oh
so
my god. So
yeah,
funny.
so
To me, to me, yeah, yeah, squeeze that $100 hand.
squeeze
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, she has a business.
Squeeze it, yeah, support her, like support. See, a first daughter's love language is
It's
having
actual service.
man, yes, it's her man having to do things for her without her asking.
Vaccine.
Because that's something that we struggle with, is asking you, like saying, can
That's
you
what I was about to say. Because how do I not come and start telling you, okay,
no,
imagine when you offer like just that taking that support, I feel like
yeah,
I've inconvenienced you.
yes.
Do you know what I mean?
And
It's so
we're so grateful for the little things.
little things. It's people with bad intentions that will now come and take advantage. Say, this
That,
one, she's
that, so you now be smart to know when
yeah,
you're
you have to.
you know. Yes. Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
That was funny. You said squeeze it.
Squeeze it, and put it in.
Okay. And that brings me to my next point. We were I wanted us to share stories about setting boundaries when it comes to finances and setting financial boundaries with your family members, people around you, so it doesn't interfere with your relationship, it doesn't affect your relationship in the long run for the negative. What are some boundaries that you will set to nurture a romantic relationship?
Relationship. Um.
Mm-hmm.
So excuse me. For me, I'll say, like, whenever I'm seeing someone, one thing I most definitely do is I try to. So I'm someone that believes in community. I believe that sometimes when you're dating, don't be too secretive to where you're not, like, because love can be carrying you where you don't know, and you're hiding a lot of stuff, and then you don't really get to know this, like somebody's experiences and compare and contrast. But at the same time, I also believe that when you're dating someone, or when I'm dating someone, for example, I kind of limit information, about this person just a little bit, to where I. So, say for example, if the person I'm dating is telling me like some really personal stuff, about themselves, about their past. I don't care if we're together, we break up, whatever, But I just know that that stuff stays with me. I create that boundary because I don't want to kind of almost what we call see finish. I don't want, the fact.
Oh.
Oh, yes, I just wanted to maintain some kind of level of dignity. Just at least, let's say,
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I get it. Some things you carry to your family members, they will not forgive the person, but
yeah,
forgiving that you moved on and forgotten about it.
moved
But
on. You but
uh,
never going to be forgiving, with them. They would
uh,
never person the same way that you
right.
would the person. So that's one. When it comes to finances with family members, I feel like just learning to say no helps. That's something that we struggle with. But if you can ever get to that place where you deal with people pleasing as a first daughter, you've won like almost half of
Half
the.
the battle.
You
In
know,
fact, it's not all the battle.
not all the battles. Everything
It's
is
not all the battle. Just that no. It
just say
goes
it.
a long way.
That's
It
it.
truly goes a long way. Setting boundaries is paramount. For me, it would just be establishing different times, like allocate family time
Mm.
separate from spousal time. Like
Okay.
this time is my family, so my family knows that I'm with them now, and
Yeah.
I'm giving them my time now. But when I'm
Yes.
with my
With your
spouse,
house. Yes.
partner, I'm with my partner. So and vice versa, he also understands that okay, she's with her family, and my family understands okay, she's with her partner. Don't let
Yes.
that mix. I
Mix.
say this because it is very important. Time is you can never get time back,
Oh,
right? And you are born into this family, so you still have to invest quality time. Your
with them.
family can also be your friends.
Yes.
You know how some women they get into relationships and they kind of forget about their friends.
Oh
All of
my. Oh,
them,
that's the worst.
that's the worst. All
Ooh.
of a sudden, your friends that were there before, they've
And
obviously you can't hang out with Alicia like you used to.
you too.
Shakira from down the way, it doesn't know your number anymore. Like it's so.
But guess who they call back? Once they have the slightest.
Oh, girl, let me tell you what he. Where you been? It's been 6 months. Who's this?
Like,
Girl, let me tell you what Jaquan did.
you know what?
No,
I want. I want to know. I really don't want to know. I do not care. Yeah.
So just establishing those boundaries. I
Yeah.
like to give time so I don't lose myself. One of the major things that keep me from entering a relationship or just coupling up is I need to see if I'm with you, I'm still who I am. There will
Mm.
be parts about me that will change. Obviously, I'm not if I'm with you, I'm not single anymore. So I can't be doing single girl things like I
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some things I will respectfully limit myself on. I will
On.
cut back on just out of respect for who I'm with. That's
Yeah.
another thing. I have to respect you before I can, couple up with you.
Yes.
But just me knowing that about the person, like I can still be myself and be with you successfully, that is
Yes.
very important to me. There's no man on this earth that is worth losing yourself for.
There's no
There's no,
trust.
yeah. And
You have to.
so
You have to love yourself so much that even if you end up not ever being married, you're still gonna be okay. I feel like every lady has to get to that place where they do like a deep dive into that and be like, okay, so let's create a scenario. Say I never ever get married. Like, am I still going to be okay? Are you still going to be happy?
right.
Because trust me, like nobody owns the key to your happiness. Nobody.
Nobody.
Once you give somebody else, whether it's a man or a woman or a job or a house or whatever, you lose your.
Right.
So, or without things, you should be okay in yourself that I can survive, I can still be happy, I can wake up grateful for my life every day without fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. So that would be that would be a major boundary I will set for myself. Hello?
Mhm. Yeah, I can hear you.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
I thought I was losing. My Wi-Fi is kind of acting up, so let's get this last point before
Right.
it totally shuts off on me. So, if we, with everything we've said today, I mean, this has been a great live so far. Thank you so much for joining me
Thank
on this live. I really appreciate you taking out the time to come on
you. Wait.
and discuss about a topic that is near and dear to our hearts. You know, we both can relate to this topic because we are in the same shoes, essentially. And I feel like it's only our community that understands our community. So,
Understands. Yes.
yes. So, what would be something before you leave? Just give us one piece of advice on how to balance love, family, relationships, and money. You know, you're the financial person here, especially around this Valentine's Day. It's so important. Like, I know people want to look good, dress up, come out, and everything, but don't go too crazy with the spending now. Come on now. So, what would be an advice you can give?
I feel well in the light of Valentine's Day, I'll say love yourself. You
Hmm.
know, I feel like that's a combination of everything. You know, your family, your money. Um, I can tell, I can tell where you are from. I can tell who you are just from knowing how you love yourself. You know, are you showing yourself, grace? Are you giving yourself grace? By your actions. Are you planning ahead for yourself? So
Right.
say your money, if you're not having things like an emergency savings, if you're not investing, it shows that you don't have plans for yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have any plans for your next 5 years, your next 10 years. That's something I've had to learn for myself. Like, I gave myself grace to know that I love my family, I love my friends and everyone around me. But the truth is that I have to love myself enough to plan for myself. Like you rightly said, nobody's going to come save you.
Nobody.
Nobody is going to come to save you. And many times as women, we like to hide behind the fact of, oh, I want to marry a rich man. I mean, we all do. We want to get to be someone. But what I've learned in time is not even about getting married to a rich man. It's about getting married to a generous man.
I was about to say because he can be.
Yeah.
He will not say shishi.
Because I have what I don't want to share it with you.
Exactly.
So now, what happens to you at that point in time? And so I'll say, first thing first is love yourself. Number one. Number two, I'll say is create those boundaries. Create those boundaries. Take therapy if you have to. I feel like first daughters need therapy. Because
Yes.
there's so much trauma that we've had to take in, so much weight, so much choices that we on a normal day we wouldn't have taken, but for the sake of trying to please people around us. So therapy would help you to deal with those, wounds, those hidden wounds inside. You
And
know,
don't fight the therapist because some people go to therapy and fight
and
the therapist. It's do
don't
the
fight.
therapist.
No, just he or she's out there to help you, you know. And sometimes in therapy, some things you won't tell a friend or you won't tell family for sake of being ashamed. You can tell a stranger because I mean, they are licensed, and whatever you say with them should stay in that room. So, yeah. So I'll say love yourself, create those boundaries, take therapy if you need to, and just I'm a Christian, so I'll also add like take your walk with God very seriously. Also, like God is like He's the cover of everything. Let Him
Yeah.
help you, and just give yourself grace and know that you did what you did or your actions out of a place of love and the right person, and
Uh, it wasn't malicious.
it wasn't
Yeah.
malicious.
It
Yeah, it
wasn't from a malicious place.
wasn't. Yeah. So
I like I can resonate with that. I could take some of those,
yeah.
especially the grace part. Yeah, those are some good advice. I hope you guys are writing this down because you need to have it somewhere. For me, my advice would be no is an action word. And
Yes.
there's a dot after it. You don't have
I
to. pain,
Period. Yes.
period. No. Use
No.
use it when it's needed. Don't use it anyhow, please,
Yeah.
so that they know that you're serious. Uh,
Yes. Stick to it. Stick to it. When you say no, you're
yeah, don't come and say no, then tomorrow say yes. They'll be like, oh, this person is just wishy-washy. She's not really serious. If I know how to bend her,
get
if I know how to bend her, yeah, I'll be able to get what I need. No, it's no, it's no. Second one I would say would be to journal.
oh Lord, I missed
It's
that
very,
way.
very important that you journal. You need to know at every stage in your life where you are mentally.
Hmm.
And sometimes I go back in my journal and I read my journal. And I'm like, oh my God, I
I
really
wrote
thought like that. I
I
wrote
wrote
this.
yes. I
But
think just
journal,
self-therapy. That's what I see that is
yeah,
but
it's
therapy
like a
is nice.
self-reflection.
But I didn't add that therapy is very expensive.
It
So
is.
can afford therapy through your insurance or personal funds. Journaling is a
Mm-hmm.
way to get you started. Every day,
Yeah.
just spoil it out. That's how you
But,
feel.
it really does help. It's like a cleansing. I don't
Yes.
know how to pen to paper. It will never, never, ever die. That's why I would rather buy a book than buy all this
Yes.
Kindle, the
No, no,
thing
no.
that's on the tablet. I
Yes.
need to
Yes.
feel the page, touch it, go from page to page. It's more, you feel more connected to the words that way. So for
That's
me,
true.
I love to write. I ran a blog for years, just
You did.
writing.
True. You
Yeah. So writing is very personal to me.
even back
Um
thoughts. You've always
yeah, you remember the book I started is, oh my God, full circle moment.
yes. Yes.
Back in high school, I started writing a book. I don't even remember what it's about, but I was writing a book.
Back then, we all used to try to get to your book to like read the stories and follow
The
up.
story as it was unfolding, right?
Oh God.
Wow,
Ah, it's a
totally
lot.
forgot about that book.
Yes.
Um, so journaling, very, very important. Taking care of your body,
Oh wow. That too.
very important. That I think that should even be number one,
That should be
because
number one.
yeah, you take care of your body, your mind, everything is connected,
Yeah.
because we have only one body
Only
as we
one.
live.
Yes.
And the things you do now, you're setting yourself up for either failure or success as you get older.
True.
Our bodies need to nurture us over time. And me, I'm a science based. I like
Yeah.
science. Science is my thing. I love science. I love biology. I love all of that. So when you understand the physicality that is required just to move from point A to point B, you would not take your health lightly. And I'm
True.
not just talking about going to the gym. I'm talking about walking,
Yeah.
um,
Walking is
going
so
for your checkups, checking your blood, doing a STD panel, even if you're not active,
yeah.
doing a whole blood work, check it every year, do your physical,
Yeah,
you know.
this is when I mean one time I did my checkup, I used to have I thought I was depressed for the longest. Like I used to just feel like I was depressed a lot. And my heart like I would start beating. You know when you feel those anxiety attacks kind of
Yes, exactly.
I was like saying I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. Like I'm not thinking of anything, but I just feel like that, beating in my heart. And so she ran tests and told her my iron was low.
Yeah. And a
So
lot of
she
people suffer from low
explained
iron.
the whole thing that had to do with my the oxygen in my brain, the
Brain.
and just my iron being low was what caused that. So someone will be out there thinking I'm depressed, or so, it may just be your iron is low. Just
Yeah.
something as basic as that.
Something that's basic that you need probably take iron tablets for,
Mhm.
which reminds me. Take your vitamins.
Yeah,
Take your vitamins, very important. Please don't joke with your health. Go to
supplement.
the OBGYN, get your pap smear,
Yeah,
everything. Check
so
it. It's very, very important, because I would rather you know what you're dealing with than be in the dark. Because
yeah,
when you know, you can do something about it. But if
true.
you're just dark, you don't even know where you're going.
Yes.
So those are the things I will advise. No is a very, very, very useful word. Journal and take care of your health. Those are
Uh,
my
those are awesome advices too. Actually,
yeah. Wow, this was awesome.
it was. You should do this more often.
Yeah. So get used to Ife's face because she'll be around here a lot more.
Yes.
Hopefully, one or two days I can come down to Tennessee and we can
Yeah.
actually meet in person.
Should. You should. You
Yeah.
should. And a lot. I mean, it's not as cold as it usually is, which is why I love the South. I can't do the cold. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know it's even going to be nicer. So yeah, we should look forward to you coming down soon.
Okay, so yeah, guys, stay tuned. We will be here more often. Thank you, Ify, for coming. You can find her on Instagram. Her channel is All Shades of Chantel. Um, this video will be up for playback. Shout out to the playback group, the playback gang. You missed the live. Hopefully next time you catch it.
Yeah.
Just keep track of the community tab because I always announce when there will be a live. So you don't want to miss that. Our next topic, you can probably vote on it and see what we should talk about, but I don't know. We'll run it by ear. But you can find Ify, Chantel. I keep saying Ify. God help me. You can find Chantel on All Shades of Chantel YouTube
Oh,
channel, Instagram,
yeah.
all platforms.
But
Wow.
my it's my TikTok. Everything is also Chantel right now.
That's awesome branding right there. Bloop. And for me, you can find me. This is my channel, and my Instagram is the same, Biba T. TikTok, Biba T without the e's. Threads, Biba T. Pretty much everything except TikTok. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see how we can exit this thing.
I think you just need to button
We're
down.
still playing with the new system, so bear with us. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Like,
Let's go. Did it go?